post-match interview here at the JSJ following today's 6-0 defeat to Stotfold. Dave, we'll start with you. Not the best start to 2024. 4-0 down within 15 minutes. How did you see it?
I felt it was not a good start to 2024, if I'm honest with you, but no. We spoke in the change room about their strengths, what we had to compete with. Don't give corners away, don't give free kicks away, don't set them up. And unfortunately, we gave them a corner within about 30 seconds, and I think they scored from that. And that they were just on the front foot from the very first minute. Credit to them. They barely let us play. I mean, just look, literally just before they scored, we made one great move down the right-hand side. Really good football, created an opportunity. I think they defended that well. But from that point on, first half, in first 15 minutes, we were just trying to hang on to them. Everything that went right from did. I mean, I think they had in that first 15 4 shots, and 4 shots went in the back of the net. The free kick was curled in the corner. One move they overloaded down the left-hand side, and the lads tucked it away. We didn't cover ourselves with any glory. That's a sure fact. I thought. I didn't think we were brave. We were brave enough, and we looked like we were still out last night celebrating. If I'm really honest, with some of us, but that'll be me making an excuse. And sometimes we can look at our deficiencies and say what we may have had missing, what we didn't have in the side today, what we didn't do right. But sometimes you have to just stand back and go, we couldn't cope with them for 15 minutes, and we seriously couldn't. They were spot on. I think at 4-0 I turned around and said, they don't have another shot, because it felt like if they did, they were all going to go in the back of the net. They were all brilliantly taken.
It did feel like that in the first half. It felt like every time they went forward, it did look like they were going to score.
Well, that's what we were standing there on the sidelines, thinking, and it was one of those. I felt we then got a foothold in the game, and we started to play without ever really, we just was in the game, and all of a sudden it looked like we'd overcome most of the problems. Then they go and get another one towards the end of the half, 5. And then, how do you speak to them at half time? We didn't bollock them. We speak to them, we spoke to them decently about not listening, if you like, in the first half, and not being prepared to get hurt in some respects. And of course, some of the way we were playing the first half, which was serving up nice high balls for the big fellas to win. And in second half,
but was that a lack of composure on our part, or was it just the fact that they were pressing us really well?
Yeah, I think it's full credit to Stotfold, because they pressed superb all over the pitch. So a bit of both, but I would suggest you more in favour of how Stotfold played. They forced us into doing that. The strange thing today was, and I've spoken to him since, Tyler, who's usually the most composed with the ball at his feet, slicing things and over-egging things today, which is not like Tyler, as he's just come back from a couple of days away, but you had one or two people making very uncharacteristic mistakes today, but that's probably down to Stotfold. I like to say it was down to another reason, and as I said to you, we can talk about all day long about what we had missing today, but they were outstanding, and we have to sometimes hold your hands up and go, that's how good they were.
Skip, we've obviously had a number of games recently where we have had players out and we've been bare bones a little bit, but we got through it against Cirencester, got a win. Killington was maybe a similar game to what it was today, but maybe they weren't quite as ruthless in front of goal as maybe Stotfold were today, and Kempston, obviously we were under pressure in that game as well and got a victory. Was today maybe one game too far for us, or was it just a case of the fact that Stotfold were the better side on the day, and that's literally it?
Stotfold the better side on the day. Every player that's played today is good enough to play. So if I pick my best starting 11, it'd probably be different to Dave's, it'd probably be different to James's, might be different to yourselves. I mean, that's how good the squad is. So there's no excuses from us. We've turned up today. Knew it was going to be tough. We went to Kiddington and we were under the barrage for 10 minutes there, and we got away. They missed an absolute sitter, and the keepers produced a worldie, and we rode that. Cirencester the same, but today we're 3 down after 9 minutes. 3 shots, 3 goals. And you're struggling then, and you could actually see 1 or 2 of the players, if you're honest with you, were rabbits in headlights. Doesn't matter what they did, we were getting bypassed, we were being passed around, we were being overrun, out-jumped, out-fought. So it's going to be a recipe for disaster, and I joked with Dave when he went 4-0 after 15 minutes, I'd settle for 4-0. I'll settle for 4-0 now. One of them, we've had results where we're on the other end of it, and you have to enjoy it. So yeah, I've got, there's no excuses. Better side won. They wanted, would I say they wanted it more than us for the first 10 minutes? They were just outstanding. They worked us over. So that's life. You go again.
Dave, obviously, I'm assuming it's just a case of we just draw a line under this and move on quickly, as we've got some more difficult games coming up. Obviously, Welling are flying at the minute. Maybe not the best time to play them. Biggleswade Town the week after one at Bedford. So. The difficult games keep coming thick and fast.
Yeah, we've got a nice run of games that we can win. That's the truth, isn't it? Look, what I sort of just said to them at the end was, we've got no training this week. But just come back with the right attitudes on Saturday, and we go again. I'm sure the team will change for the 1,000th time. But yeah, just what do? You have to brush it aside, because if we go home and worry about it too much, it'll eat us alive, won't it? We've been on a great run. I mean, I think we were top of the form table until today's game, so everything's right at the club. We've been in an awful position whereby we can't. Every time we pick up a result, we normally get an injury to lose somebody. Today, with 3 players today from Saturday's team that we've had to change it, or Saturday's team, the Bedford game. But again, it's no excuses, because every one of these boys, it's not like we've had to drag. We haven't dragged reserves in a day. We haven't had to drag anybody in. Every one of them is a first team squad member. It's just, I think the only thing that undoes us at times is the constant change. Whereas you want to get it fairly settled, and we seem to struggle to do that. But my wife said, does she need to go home and go to bed? Am I going to go home, because we ain't got a cat, am I going to go home and kick her? But she's fairly safe. I think she's fairly safe. So it'll soon be forgotten when we go on to Saturday. And as you say, Welling on an unbelievable run of form, and then you've got Biggleswade Town to follow it. So, Christ, I did enjoy my Christmas. I'm not sure I'm going to enjoy January so much.
I think if we just look as the first half of the season in general, because we're pretty much at the first half point of the season. I think, let's say we were 8th before today. I think we'd have probably taken that anyway. Let's say we had a good start, bit of a drop off, and then we've been on a really decent run. Obviously we lost today, so it's been a little bit up and down. But on the whole, we're probably where we expect to be, maybe, and we're still in a good position to maybe push for the playoffs in the second half of the season. Yeah, with
the games in hand before today, we'd have been in the playoffs if we won them. I don't know whether that's still the case, but yeah, look, we're not going to get worry about the day's result too much. It's happened. You move on. So you lose 1-0, you lose 6-0. You don't get any points for either. It's just a 6-0's a bit of a pill to swallow, really. But we're all right. We're fine. We'll be fine. You can sit there and look at every game, and every game's a tough game. So Welling next week, is it the right game, good game? I'd rather be probably playing them, because they're a good side. Play football, so I'd rather be playing them than sitting there playing the side at the bottom that you're expecting to be, because it puts more pressure on you. So yeah, we'll be all right. Got no qualms.
Well, try and enjoy your evening, chaps, and we'll see you on Saturday against Welling.
Thank you.
Cheers.